Hey guys, welcome back to Veggie Campus. Today we are talking about the 10 best things about living in Taipei, Taiwan.
As an American.
So first of all, quick background on us, since all experiences are subjective. We didn't move to Taiwan right out of college. I'm 28 years old, Karen is 39, and we've both been in the business world for quite a while. We're both Americans, we don't speak Chinese, we chose not to live in an expat neighborhood, and we're both vegan, eating all plant-based food. So Karen and I have been living in Taiwan for 1 year so far, and note that this list is just the top 10 of the best things about living in Taiwan, but there are many more. We have a blog post we're gonna link to that you can see the full pros and cons list.
Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more tips and tricks on plant-based eating and travel. You can subscribe down below, and let's get started.
Numero Iga. It's easy to find housing. There are lots of sites available. They're going to be in Chinese, but sites like 591, House Fun, and even Craigslist that you can find lots of apartments.
Yeah, with a little bit of navigation and translation involved. Just have to make sure that you work around them a little bit.
And on that note, you can actually hire companies or you have an agent that helps you to find an apartment, and they all speak incredible English, and they're always accessible via line or on WhatsApp to help you to find your apartment. But then when things go wrong in your apartment, you have somebody that speaks English that will help you take care of anything.
It's for a small fee, and it's a really small fee just added on to your apartment cost, but it is definitely worth it. Number 2 is that you can get around with English pretty easily. So especially if you're living in the expat areas, there are a lot of people, or always at least one person at each establishment who can speak English. We even chose to live in a community that is not in an expat neighborhood. Even here, we still are able to get by with the basics that we need at the grocery stores and at the markets.
Number 3, they have a world-class transportation system. Really one of the best that we've seen in the entire world. The MRT within Taipei City itself is so clean, so efficient. They're like down to the second of when the next train's gonna come, when the next train's gonna leave, and it doesn't even take that long. And that's just locally. For longer distance, they have high-speed rail that cover the entire island that you can get around on these trains, from the northern area of Taipei all the way to southern. And
Tainan took us like a couple hours. I think you get food, there are cars where you can plug in your laptop or whatever you want to use. So number 4, there are so many accessible and unique food options. So we're vegan and plant-based, and Taipei is recognized worldwide as one of the top places to go for vegan and plant-based foods. So not only is it Buddhist, so you are going to have a lot of people eat vegetarian, but then the plant-based scene, raw, healthy foods, is huge, very into organic, gluten-free. We visit a lot of these establishments frequently. We've made friends with a lot of people in the vegan and plant-based community. If you are not vegan and you don't eat plant-based, there are also so many options available. So just on our street, there are like 10 to 15 different shops as you go down that you can choose from that are very inexpensive. And most people in Taiwan choose not to eat at home. There's so many options to eat outside of their homes already that are inexpensive. And then the fruit is out of control. I've tried more fruits, better tasting fruits than I've had anywhere in the world, and I have a link on Veggie Campus about that. We'll put that in below that you can check out as well.
Number 5, Taiwan has the kindest people on the planet. And this is one that you hear from anyone that you talk to that's traveled to Taiwan or lived in Taiwan, is that the people here are just so kind, like almost too kind.
Yeah. It's very different than the rest of the world. People in Taiwan, how they will go out of their way for you. I've looked confused many times on the streets of Taipei just with my phone. And even the times that I haven't been confused, but I've just had my phone out, someone will for sure stop you if you look like a foreigner and ask you if you need help. It is a great location for travel. Very centrally located within Asia, and the flights are extremely inexpensive to many countries like Vietnam, Singapore, Hong Kong, even going over to Japan, getting back to the United States. So if you're looking for a place where you also want to travel around and do it inexpensively, specifically Taipei, Taiwan is a great city to do that from.
Next up, there are decent job options for native English speakers. Both Karen and I don't have a ton of experience in this area specifically, so this will just be from, talking with friends and knowing other people here.
Basically because we still had jobs back in the United States, and then Andrew was going to school here, so we didn't work specifically in Taipei.
For English teaching jobs, there are still tons of opportunities here for native English speakers to come over and to teach English, and it sounds like you get pretty reasonable salaries. So I'd say if you're fresh out of college and you're not really sure what to do and you want to go and explore the world, Taiwan is a great place to get a job teaching English and expand upon those skills, but still be able to travel the world and learn about a new place.
Number 8, Taiwan is ridiculously convenient. Although it can be a little bit overwhelming, Andrew, even though we're going to be moving back to the United States, his biggest concern is that we are not going to have a 24-hour market that's across the street, which he has grown to love because he only has to walk out like 5 steps outside to get things like a screwdriver. Our shower had an issue. He ran across the street.
Sesame paste, they have food there.
Taiwan beers. That's been another big one.
It's like we pretty much live inside a Walmart or something. We just go downstairs and all right, we're here.
There are 7-Elevens on every corner, and those 7-Elevens, you can pay your bills, you can buy baseball tickets, you can grab a few bananas. You can do your banking there. There's bathrooms, people hang out, they have coffee, and they sit and they meet friends. 7-Elevens are a huge part of the culture here.
Next, Taiwan is one of the safest places in the world. Definitely one of the safest places that we've ever been, and just walking around, you can feel that safety.
As a female, I feel very safe here. I've gone out even at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning to walk around, and I have had absolutely no problem. I would think that somebody would like help you or take care of you rather than have anything. People are not angry on the streets. They're not yelling at each other. I mean, the biggest thing you hear is a honk once in a while, but you really don't even hear that. People are extremely kind to each other, and at least that's been our experience here.
And finally, the most important is that there are really cheap haircuts in Taiwan. We have a grocery store, the Carrefour, right down the road. You can get a haircut for 100 NT right outside the grocery store, which is $3. $3 for a beautiful haircut that people wouldn't even know that you can spend.
I think beautiful is a bit of a stretch, There are many hair salons everywhere, and they can be kind of pricey. So when we found out the Carrefour gave these haircuts, I have not ventured yet to do this, but Andrew has, and it actually turned out really well, and it was really quick. So this is our top 10 of the best things about living in Taipei, Taiwan. Take these in consideration if you are thinking about living in Taipei, Taiwan. We will be also coming out with a cons list for you, or not cons actually, because there's not a ton of cons. It's more what are challenges, and are those going to be too big of challenges for you. So look out for that, and thanks for joining us. Bye.
See ya.